Hello everyone and welcome to Melbourne here in Australia. We're ready for round 1 of the Formula 2 or Formula AM Championship for FBA. We are about to start qualifying now, and we've got a few cars lined up on the pit lane already. But just waiting on the go here so we can start. And nice, beautiful sunny day here in Melbourne, so waiting for a nice race today. Waiting obviously for the official command so we can start this, but yeah, we will be racing in a bit, just waiting for the orders. And I'm gonna show you the grid over here. We got a few cars lined up, about 5 of them. Rest are in the garage waiting to go out maybe later on in the session, but we have 2 of the Skiing Motorsports cars leading the field here right now. Then we got a Pro Drive, Atomic Racing car, and then the Portago Racing Formula 2 car. And we got now a Jordan lined up here. And yeah, there we go. Pit lane is open, so first few cars going onto the track now for this qualifying session. About 15 minutes until the start now. Got a lot of people here in the stands. You can see, yeah, about like 10 people. Filled out grandstand here in Melbourne, but just waiting on the start of the hot laps here, which will begin shortly. So we're gonna go on board in a minute here with the drivers just as soon as they cross the finish line here. There we go. On board now with the Skiing Automotive car of Clerkser. He is currently second in the pack as we speak, and chasing down his teammate as we go through the final sector here. Right, we're starting to see the first few laps going here, and coming out of the final corner to start his hot lap now. Into turn 1, he gets it done pretty nicely here, but yeah, rev limiter like popping insanely, so I don't know if that's normal or not. Now on board Atomic Racing car, who set the first lap, but is currently behind a few people. Let me just, oh my god, alright, whatever. Well, first lap was set by Fred Nolasco here in the Jordan, and so far he's currently leading the pack, but Clerkser has set a 1:23. First driver to actually set a normal lap outside of the out laps here. So first driver to set an actual valid lap time, excluding those who made the out lap. And Trooper closing behind him, only 3 seconds off. Currently chasing the Atomic Racing car here off Rev, who hasn't set a lap time yet. And currently one of the favorites to win this race, Chimiazza, who is currently going into the final sector here to finish his lap. Looking good so far. Into the final corner. Can he set the fastest lap time? Let's check here. Looks like Roberto will be. Oh, he did set the fastest lap, but Roberto is closing in quite a lot here. He's coming into the final corner. And it does seem like he will be taking the lead here. And yeah, there we go. 1:22.4, currently the fastest lap time of the session. His teammate really close behind him now, getting some slipstream off him. Well, everyone getting their laps in. 12 people on track currently, and this guy is just completely stopped here. He probably lagged the fuck out. But now we got the first Dolphin racing car here in Gonzalo Santos. He's currently going into Sector 2 now. 32.1 for JCN. Yeah, we got a lot of people setting close-ish times now. But yeah, highlight to Roberto, who's currently zooming past everybody here, and this guy just went completely onto the gravel trap. Jesus Christ. And currently the pole sitter now, provisional pole for Roberto. And one thing is he will be starting the race on soft tires because he currently is doing his hot laps on softs. So gonna be interesting to see what his strategy will be. Now coming into the pit lane, probably to switch tires. He almost hits the wall over there, which is not a good thing to do when you're coming to the pit lane, obviously. But really close call for him. Now making his pit stop, not jumping out of the car just yet, so no setup changes for him. And I think his teammate also came in, so kind of a double stack here, but yeah, now they come off the pit lane into the track, and Fred has also improved his lap time with a 1:24.4. Is anyone else improving? Yes, Jimmy Adza has set the fast Sector 2 time, coming into Sector 3. In that Sierra BWT car, obviously inspired by the 2024 Alpine, and he goes into the gravel trap. That's his lap over, sadly, because 18.6 is not a bad Sector 2 at all, even for you know, first lap of qualifying standards. So yeah. And a lot of people who haven't set their lap times yet. We can see like almost half the grid has not set lap times, including the quote-unquote favorite for this race, Blod, because he set the fastest lap time, but in the practice sessions, but not in the qualifying just yet. Let's go on board with him in that Portago racing car. He's not wearing a helmet, so pretty dangerous safety hazard there. But whatever. Let's go on board him. That rev limiter is going absolutely insane into that Sector 3 entrance here. As also we have Lucario setting a 1:22 in Atomic Racing. A great surprise here to see Atomic Racing up here in the qualifying session, because you know at the start of the season in the preseason testing they weren't. Oh, there he goes, hit the wall. You can hear the damage. And not a great look if he wants to do another lap. And Blot just set a 1:20. There we go. Finally setting a valid lap time here, Blot. In a Portago. He's jumped off his car now, probably to, you know, quickly set another lap. I don't know if that's allowed, but yeah, because usually you gotta drive into the pits, you know, to do a lap. But whatever. Yeah, currently having a little bit of an issue with the vision lag, but not the game's fault. Obviously, you know, Roblox does this all the time, but just gotta pretend it isn't there. As they're going on board, clerks are here. Currently invalid lap time for him in P6. No one improving except for Rev, who isn't really noteworthy because he's in P9, last of the pack, who has set a bad lap time. But we gotta talk about every single other person who hasn't set a lap time yet, because Melbourne, Albert Park is a really easy track to get used to. So they've had enough practice. They had a whole day of practice before getting into this qualifying session. So they should have at least set a valid lap time for, like until now. But yeah, currently the biggest surprise really is Lucario in P3, 122.6 for him as he's currently switching tires right now. He doesn't seem to get off the pit lane though, and clearly they're improving on his lap time as is Rev, and I think everyone else in either out lap or they're just really slow, but whatever. Let's go on board with him as he's going to complete the sector 2, and yeah, he keeps improving a lot here. Going into the final corners of the circuit now. Into the final corner now. Can he get a top 5 lap time? I think so. Really close to the leaders here. Will he get it done? Yes, he will. He's in P4 now, but still not. Well, let's be honest, not good enough for him. Expected to get at least a podium finish in the race. Well, a lot of people improving now. Let's go with Jimmy Atsu now. Going into the line, never mind. He does not improve after horrendous sector run. Probably has outlap. And let's go with Trooper now into the final corner. Can he get it done for Pro Drive? P7 still at 123. That's actually pretty good. Got an invalid lap time there. Could have been really close for him. 123 is not bad at all, especially he who hasn't gotten any practice whatsoever until now. Last minute call from Pro Drive after most of their drivers could not make it to the race. Well, and not many improvements now in this third minute. Oh, he's hit the wall there. Oh no, probably gonna have to come in for repairs. But yeah, not much going on right now, and he's hit the wall again. But Jimmy Atsu again improving. Can he actually validate his lap time now that he's in a hot lap? Probably, if we're being honest here. Going into the final corner now. Will he get it done here? And that will be P2 for him. 121.9. The first one to go into the 21s here. If we ignore Blot, who just set a blazing 120. Blot can easily be considered as like one of the drivers who got the most practice in the session. So Prix expected to see him with a pretty decent lap time. As not many improvements right now except for Ryan, which seems to be doing pretty well in that Jordan F2 car. Going into the final set of corners here with 2 minutes to go. So never mind, he does not finish his lap. Probably got a corner cut. And Block with a purple sector 1. Jesus Christ, he's going even faster. Probably a 119 if we're being honest here. Into the fastest section of the track he goes, and into the fastest corner of the track. Sector 2, yeah, purple for him again. Jimmy Atsu could maybe challenge him, but he got in an invalid sector 1, so that's over for him. anyone else improving. And no, if we ignore Ryan, who could have gotten a pretty decent lap time, he chose to go to the pits, maybe because of he got a corner cut or something. Into the final corner, will he get it done here to go P1 and above here? Can he do it? Oh, 120.1, that's really, really close to the 119s. Will he do another lap though? Not enough time, and he just slows down. Well, let's keep an eye on HVS. Another driver for Portago, he goes P7. Right below Trooper. Yeah, so far Jimmy Adza and everyone in the top 5 has had the most laps so far. So let's see how this goes. "30 seconds to go, and it does seem like the only driver we have oh, there's someone upside down there. We're just gonna completely ignore that. Jesus Christ. And as Jimmy Adza comes into sector 3 here, can he get maybe a little bit closer to Blott's time? Maybe. And I think he just... Never mind. I'm insane. Into the final corner here. Lucario did improve, but he got an invalidated time. Yeah, he did not improve. He got a corner cut. Yeah, only driver who is currently improving is HVS. He got a little bit of gravel there. Thankfully, didn't spin him out. Going into the final corner now, can he improve on his best lap time? No, he cannot. At 123 again, but invalidated. Jesus Christ! Oh my God! Oh, oh my God! He's in the catch fence. Oh God. I do not think that's a normal sight to behold, but he's in the catch fence. Oh my Lord. And no one else improving, so that's it, except Lucario, maybe. 128.4, I don't think that's gonna put him in P1 or anything, but he can maybe pass Jimmy Adza if he gets a nice little sector 3 here. Yeah, no one else really improving on their lap times. That Jordan is going into the pits now, so one less driver. Can Lucario get it? And no, actually not. That's a 122.3, but not good enough to pass anyone. As Roberto goes into P3, so final grid order, it seems like it will be Blood, Jimmy Adza, Roberto, Lucario, Clerkser, Trooper, HVS, Fred, Ryan, Revs, JCN, who hasn't set a lap time until now. 129 is not good at all. 9 seconds off pace. And Gonzalo Santos and Reyes Cage, who haven't set a single valid lap time so far, which is kind of not a great sign at all for that team. You know, being 9 seconds off the pace and not setting a valid lap time is definitely not a good thing. But everyone getting now ready to line up to the grid as everyone comes into the pit lane to make repairs on their cars and maybe fill out their cars with fuel so they can make it to the end of the race. But gonna check out the Williams garage here, the Brighton, actually, sorry for the typo here. We had, well, probably the most filled out team today with 2 drivers currently present in the race. But yeah, pretty good surprise for Tomic here, who sealed a P3 finish with Lucario. A pretty solid drive for him, considering there is absolutely no one on his team except for him. He's currently alone in his garage here. No one to support him, sadly. Very unfortunate sight. Yes, everyone's getting ready to start their race now. Also, another pack team is keying with about 4 people composing their pit garage here, and well, the more the better you think for a race like this, where there's not a lot of strategy needed. But everyone getting ready to start race, it seems. Oh yeah, yeah, we have a little issue here with the leaderboard, so we're gonna go off the timing system here. So we're gonna completely ignore the fact that Lucario isn't B3 because that's glitched. Yeah, sadly this does happen quite often. So let me just take a little break here. Um, um, how many laps again? Let's check real quick on the announcements channel. It will be a 23 lap race after a 15-minute qualifying session, so maybe 50% fuel is enough to make it to the end of the race. Probably it is. About a minute or so left until we start. Alright, so getting ready to go to the grid slots now. Track is open yet again. Remembering there is no park firmware rules, so everyone can change their setups while waiting for the race to start in the pit garages, I think, at least. And let's remember something, there is damage on these little darn walls here, so if you hit them with enough force you might get DNF'd, so everyone must be quite careful with what they do here in this race, because a little touch in the wall can end your race, because this system isn't really much reliable. So they need to be really, really careful. That's everyone's lining up into the grid now. Gonna be a 23 lap race. Currently waiting for every single driver to line up. Alright, so I guess we have enough people lined up. Is anyone still in the pit lanes? Yes, there is one person there. That's a dolphin. I do not know who that is, if that's Turzing or Gonzalo Santos, but I think that's Gonzalo. Yeah, that's him. And we also have Ray's Cage in the Sierra garage, probably doing whatever. Currently waiting on the start. This guy is on a roll here on the catchments doing jumps there. Whatever. Currently waiting for at least 2 people so we can start this. But yeah, in a bit we will begin the race. And yeah, there we go. The Dolphin has arrived into the pit lane. And what? He seems to be going back to the pit lane to do something. No, what is he doing? Yeah, he is. Yeah, probably going to do a pit lane start. Yeah, he did not set a lap time if I remember, so he's starting from the back and into the pit lane start. And yes, there will be a formation lap apparently. There goes the Jordan off Ryan, I think. There are 2 Jordans, so, and they have the same helmet and no numbers, so it's kind of hard to, distinguish. Currently lining up on his grid slot. P9 for him. And let's do a quick grid rundown here. We have Blot in P1, then Jimmy Adza on P2, then Roberto, Lucario, Collector, Trooper, HVS, Fred Alasco, Ryan, Rev, and JCN. These are all your grid starters. And then we have Gonzalo Santos and Rage Cage starting from the pit lane. Gonna go on board with Blot, our current race leader here, before the lights go out. Did he jump off his car? I think he did, yeah. I don't know where he went. Did he quit? I do think he did quit the game for some weird reason, but we ball, I guess. And we're getting ready for the formation lap. 60 seconds to go until we start. $60 until the green flag drops here in Albert Park. Currently waiting for Blot to line up and probably some other people as well, but as Very Wise Ben said in the game chat, the hardest part of making a league is waiting for people to line up, so yeah, currently waiting on like a gazillion people to do that. But we will be starting in a bit, about 3 seconds exactly, and off we go into the formation lap. And the P2, they're not what? I don't know if I'm lagging or if they're just not going. Yeah, they're just not going. But anyways, green flag is out and formation lap is on. Love Roblox with the vision lag there. Really beautiful sight to behold. But gonna be waiting until they cross the sector 1 line so we can spectate them actually. But Jimmy Asa is way ahead there. I think he's even maybe in sector 2 already, but can't really find him with the free cam, so he's definitely like in the middle of the racetrack right now. Or so, yeah, there he is. He's there. Ignore this huge ass line here, but yeah, he is doing a hot lap in the formation lap, which probably is not optimal and, well, probably not gonna work out so well for him. Yeah, he's slowing down now, apparently. Now on board with Roberto. Into the final corner now. They're finally getting ready to race now. First race since the Retro Formula season last year. It's been a while since we had a FBA race, and here we go. Everyone lighting up, not perfectly, but they're at least lighting up, and yeah, getting ready to start racing here. On board with Jimmy Adza. He's gonna be the one chasing Blob for the lead. There are still quite a few drivers who haven't lined up yet. They're the back markers. Yeah, they're really far behind. You gotta make sure you don't wear out your tires that much in the formation lap, obviously. But yeah, I probably not advise anyone to do what Jimmy Adza did there. He just went fucking sent it in the formation lap. Anyways, helicopter cam is on here, so we can get finally watching this race going. Currently waiting on. Yeah, I can't see now because I don't have the actual leaderboard, but we have the pit lane starters in there. They are lined up at least. Yeah, there we go. And the 5 lights are out now, and we'll be oh, yep, that's probably not supposed to happen, but we are finally racing here in Melbourne. It does look like Jimmy has had a pretty good start here, overtaking Blot. And that's a question we've had since the practice days. Can Blot hold up in the race situation against other people with this Livestream mechanic and everything? And it kind of seems like he is not holding. He's fallen off quite a lot, actually. Where is Blot at? I don't even think his lap counted. Yeah, he's not in the leaderboard, so I don't even think his lap even counted at all. Currently, Roberto seems to be leading with Jimmy Adza right behind him. Quite an interesting race there. We can see how dispersed the field is after just like one sector. Which is probably not a good thing, but did anyone crash? That's the question. Does not look like it, but Fred is really far. He's lagging. Oh lord. Oh yeah, that's not a good look. He does seem to have a lot of lag. And we have Trooper currently chasing the Jordan, probably the closest battle we have right now. And oh, he spun out. Oh no. So yeah, still a long way to go to the end of this, so not a big deal at all, hopefully. And yeah, as my suspicions were true, as Jimmy Adza is currently leading with Roberto in second. Bottas falling all the way to third place. 3 seconds back from Lucario. Lucario, surprisingly, I have, honestly, he's probably a really good driver, but I've never heard of him until now. Going off the radar. and putting Tomic in the spotlight, which probably will not happen in the F1 race because there is not a single Tomic racing driver present right now. But at least they're doing pretty good in F2, so yay. And is Block closing on him? No, but his teammate, did he overtake him? No. Did look like it for a bit, but no, his teammate is still ahead of him. Any other issues further down the grid? Doesn't look like it. Turzing is kind of making a recovery drive here after he started from the pit lane quite late to the race start. Only Dolphin driver to start because Gonzalo Santos has not showed up to the start of the race for some reason. I didn't quite catch that, but Trooper, someone hit. Oh, that's a really hard spin. Who is that? Jimmy Ansa, maybe? No, that's Grass. Really bad spin for him. At least did not damage the car, it looks like. That's Ray's actually. Sorry for the mispronunciation there. But quite cloudy now here in Melbourne. Doesn't change anything, at least that I know of. But maybe track temperature, but I don't know if that's a factor here in this league. But kind of don't know. But really horrendous spin for him, and Jimmy Asa is closing on to the leaders. Yeah, he has overtaken Roberto again after getting overtaken in the last lap. Kind of hard to keep up when you have this much lag, but well, whatever. Field is quite spread out now, except for these two people here. It does look like Jimmy Asa is kind of making sort of a gap onto Roberto. Not a huge gap because Blot is closing in on him as well. But going into lap 4 out of 23, only got 20 laps to go here. Can they make it to the end of these tires? I probably don't think so. Because yeah, they're on mediums. So not really that big of an expectation on them. And yeah, he's kind of spread out now, and Blot has made a move on him. Yeah, there goes Blot overtaking Roberto. It kind of looks like it, but they're teleporting all over the place, which is kind of hard to tell if he's made the move or not. They're really close together here. Coming into the third sector of the racetrack, and it does seem like Blot has the advantage over Roberto, but Slipstream is always a factor here. He will probably make the move yet again. Well, Ryan has seemed to make a move on that Brighton car of JCN. Yeah, he has made the overtake there. Currently, probably the closest little bit of a battle we have here at this moment. And Trooper has fallen to P11. What has happened to him? Yeah, he's even behind Rev. Yeah, something really bad has happened to Trooper here. Only ahead of the people who started from the pit lane, which is kind of a bloated strategy here. He's gonna have to probably go longer than he thought he could have gone in the start of the race. But yeah, the field is incredibly spread out. We only have Ryan and JCN battling it out here. But seems to be only that, honestly. Lucario is 11 seconds off of P3, which is, yeah, there's just a huge gap to the lead. There's there, bro. An insane gap, but they're battling it out pretty nicely here. And not much going on besides this, if we're gonna be real here. Which honestly was expected, because the skill gap in F2 is actually insane, if we're gonna be real. Is anything happening in the lead? No, someone got lapped. That's all that happened. Yeah, that Jordan of Fred got lapped. Kind of a contrast between him and Ryan, his teammate, who's in P5 now battling it out with JCN, but Blot is not closing in at all. Probably because of his compound choice here, maybe? Is it because of that? What tire did he go on? He's on softs. And Jimmy Atsa is currently on mediums. Probably worn out softs there for Blot. Is anything happening in the P5 battle? Yes, it has happened. He's hit the wall. He's just hit the wall. He can't get off the racetrack. He got off the racetrack pretty hard there, and he's gotten past, I think, even by Rays. So he's in P9 now. Goodness me, that's a huge turn of events here for JCN and the Brighton race team, as Ryan is now undisputed now in the top 5. Apparently, is anyone behind him? Yes, there is someone behind X-Clerkser. Kind of closing into him. We do seem to have a little bit of a battle now that the weather's gonna a bit better now. And oh, they both spun out. What was that? Both drivers spun out. That's Ray's, probably. I don't know. I can't see. That's Ray's and Clerkser. Both drivers spitting out while battling. That's, oh, good lord. No, that was JCN actually. Yeah, that was him. Was it? No, that was actually Ray's. Kind of getting confused with driver names because you know, haven't heard of him before, but we'll get used to it eventually, probably. And yeah, they're probably the closest on track right now, and the effects of tire wear can be seen pretty heavily here. We're gonna take a look at the back here. Is anyone? Oh, sorry for that. Let me toggle that. Sorry. Oopsies. Yeah. Oh, Trooper has spun out again. Yeah, that's gonna be an issue. Obviously. Getting lapped even. He hasn't had a lot of practice before this, and we have our first pit stop here. Is that Fred? I think, yes, that's Fred. He probably got to retire the car or something like that. That's not a really good time to make a stop, and I think he does not know how the pit system works, because he's still, yeah, he was still in the pit stop just a while ago, and probable DNF for him. And taking a look at the leaders now, Blot has taken the lead, probably after a mistake by Jimmy Atsa. If he's got the softer tire here, can he make use of it until he eventually blows up and explodes in the middle of the racetrack? Probably not, because these tires do wear out way faster than the mediums. No one is on hards though, which is quite surprising. Probably because they can't change their compound. But yeah, we have a huge, enormous gap here, which is a really sad thing to see, because not many battles going on here. But yeah, Jimmy Atsa and Blot are the closest people on the field right now. So let's go on board with Jimmy Atsa for a little bit so we can see him chasing that Portago racing car. What happened there? Nothing. And someone else does seem to get lapped. Terzing has gotten passed by Trooper. Did he DNF? I don't think so. Is he still in the race? Yes, he is. He is just one lap down. Probably pitted or something. I don't know. Because I cannot click on him. Yeah, something really bad must have happened to him. And now HVS getting lapped as well by Jimmy Atza. A little bit of a help there with the slipstream, but it does look like Blot has put a significant gap there. Yeah, Blot is way ahead of him. At least from what we can tell from the rear camera here. Probably a second or more. Probably made a mistake in the... Yeah, 1.6 is a huge gap actually for the lead. I don't know if he can make it back or something. Roberto is 8 seconds back, which, unless he can pull something out of his head, probably means he's out of win contention here. And Lucario is 21 seconds back. Oh my lord, yeah, that's probably not a great sign. Yeah, but Ryan pitting now. I think he's the first of them to pit. Off the top 5. Kenny got a good stop here, though. Remember, you don't have to jump off the car. It will do it by itself. Please remember that. Yeah, he's gone on mediums. Gone on them medium tires. Coming out of the pit lane now. He's in P7. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that... Maybe too early to pit? I don't know. And yeah, Terzing has seemed to DNF from the race because we cannot click on his name at all. So all Dolphin Racing drivers have been eliminated from this, even points contention, even because P12 does not give you points at all. But we only have 11 drivers left now. Maybe he disconnected or something? No, he did not, because he was in the game like a little bit. Yeah, he did not disconnect. But yeah, boredom's starting to kick in here. 11 laps. Lots of more laps to go here. Not even close to halfway. Kind of close, but you know it's not halfway. Clerkster has been lapped. He was really close to the front pack and he got lapped. That's really weird. Maybe he switched tires and, you know, kind of fell off. Maybe that's happened. And yep, no one is close to anybody at all. So we're gonna sit back and relax and go on board for a leader Blot. The 2-second gap probably gonna rise even more. Maybe to a 3-second because Jimmy Atza is really far back. Never mind, he is not. Yeah, maybe gonna keep that gap or lower it a bit at least. Yeah, oh my god, Blot's probably screwed up a lot this lap. 1.2, he gained almost 1 second. So yeah, he's closing in to Blot. Oh, now the real deal here is if he can make the move anytime soon here in the track, or if he will like maybe pit, do an undercut or something. I don't know, but I honestly don't know what the tire life for F2 cars are, even less with the medium tires because I've only driven them with the soft tires. But maybe he can do great stuff here in a yeah, there we go. Blot has come in. Jimmy Yatsa will be the new leader. Let's see what tire he will choose here. Coming into the pit lane now. He's probably gonna still be P2 because pit lanes actually don't take that much time here. Is Roberto closing in? He's also pitting. So yeah, Blood's gonna keep P2 for himself. Never mind. Never mind. That guy's left. So yeah, Blood's gonna keep P2, and Lucario still has not pitted. He's definitely not making it to the end of the race of the soft tires. So he's gotta pit in a minute. And we have Raze. Yeah, Raze is also closing in on Lucario. Everyone's got bunched up together now that the pit cycle has begun. Except for the, obviously the lap cars. That rev limiter, Jesus. Does look like he has a lot of speed here, even though he has an old tire compound. Is anyone actually engineering for him? Anyone helping him with the strategy? I don't think so, yeah. No engineers for him, so he's on his own. As says Jimmy Yatsa. Yeah, it's really sad that 89-second gap from P1 to P9. But Blood has he overtaken Jimmy Yatsa? Is he in the pits? No. He screwed up a lot there. Yeah, Jimmy Yatsa probably just choked his race away. Really, really, really bad strategy call here for him. So it does look like we're gonna have a Portago racing car lead the most laps here. HVS is really far behind, so we can't make a case for him, but Blood has been carrying this team on his shoulders so far. Yeah, like no one has crashed yet. Only Turzing and Fred have disconnected probably, but no one has crashed, which is like insane. Only like insane amounts of spinning out from Trooper, but kind of expected because he hasn't driven yet this season. Only in preseason, I think like what 5 laps, but kind of a last minute call for my team. He's doing okay at least. He hasn't crashed yet, which is all I would need it from him. Oh, HVS still hasn't been lapped. Jimmy has a 4-second gap to the leader. That's not good. Yeah, I don't know if it's speeded or not, but doesn't look like it. He's still on the soft tires. Oh yeah, never mind. He did pick because he was on mediums. Oh, that's a really weird call then to get on the softs. Yeah, I don't know what happened here, but he's on soft tires, and he's not catching up to him. They kind of did a U-reverse here. Blood started on soft, he's now gone mediums, and Jimmy Yatsa started on mediums, and he's gone soft, so... Oopsies. And we have 2 really close people here, that's Lucario and Raze, but not anymore. It looks like Lucario has made some sort of mistake, and he's fallen back quite a bit. Just gotta... Yeah, also, oh, red flag, someone's died. Oh my lord. 2 people have crashed. Oh my, oh Jesus. Oh my lord. Yeah. They're dead. They're seized. Who was that? That's Clurzer and Raze. No. Jimmy Yatsa has hit the wall. He's inside the... Oh my god, that's insane. Yeah, kind of commentator's curse here, saying that no one DNF from crashing. There goes two people, and one of them, probably championship and race win contender here, Jimmy Atza, out of this race. Red flag is out. Lap 15 out of 23. Oh lord, yeah, gonna really mix up this race quite a bit. And is Roberto leading, or did he just not stop? Yeah, he did just not stop. Yeah, Blood changed. Why did Blood jump off his car? Can you switch? Oh. Yeah, it does really look like he hit the front wing of Clerkser and eventually got stuck into the wall. But he's gonna have a chance to rejoin the race. Um, I don't know if people are gonna get their laps back though, like Trooper and Clerkser. I don't know if they're gonna get their laps back. I think Clerkser is out because he was the first one to crash. But yeah, lap car is causing havoc here. And yeah, can't wait to see what will happen on this restart. Less than 10 laps to go, which will make this really, really interesting. Yeah, still a lot of people in the pit lane here. Probably changing the setups or something, I don't know. Yeah, just the Brighton cars are just now coming out of their pit lane. We have, is that Jimmy Atza or Race Cage? Yeah, that's Jimmy Atza. Has anyone served a drive-through penalty yet? No. And there is a lot of people with quite a substantial amount of corner cuts. So 15 corner cuts is the limit. So HVS will have a drive-through probably and Race Cage. Yeah, only these drivers. And another DNF. Trooper has DNF from this race. And did Blot also get caught up in the wreck? I did not see it. Oh, kind of a really controversial accident there because wasn't even Blot's or Jimmy Alta's fault because there was a front wing in the middle of the track and it has collisions and it fucks up your car, so they're obviously complaining. Yeah, and also people are complaining that they rejoined the race, so oh lord. Well, considering we spent like 15 laps without anyone crashing, that's a pretty good track record, right? For the first race of this league, but oh, waiting for the restart here. There is Clerkser. So I've just seen the replay of the crash, and it's quite horrible. If we're gonna be honest here, so I'm gonna show it to you guys for a bit, and yeah, it does not look good. Okay, so you can see it coming into here into sector 3. Clerkster has crashed, and you know, yeah, they just die. He's dead. He's gone through the wall. And I don't even know how he managed to crash here. Like, he's avoided Trooper's car. Yeah, good job on that. That's insane, actually, because I thought he was gonna die here. His Trooper died as well. And then he hits the rear wing and gets launched into oblivion. And then he gets stopped at the catch fence. And then he gets stuck into the wall. Instant red flag, obviously, because, you know, yeah, like half the grid just died. Actually, never mind. That's Blood's rear wing. Clerkster probably crashed like here. Oh yeah, ow. That probably hurt, didn't it? Goodness me. Horrible, horrible crash. Just waiting on the go orders here so I can get finally racing again. Yeah, there it is. Finally going back to racing. Ticker is kind of broken though, but it'll buff out eventually. But yeah, 1 hour and 30 minutes is yeah, kind of a little bit of a long live stream, don't you think? Anyways, hopefully we get this race done finally, so I can move on to F1. I finally, oh Jesus Christ, alright, here we go. Finally starting yet again. I don't know if there's gonna be a formation lap or if it's gonna be like standing. Yeah, I kind of did not catch that. Alright, it's gonna be a standing start then. We will finally be back racing, goodness me. We are back. After like, what, 2 years? Stop. So, now that we're back, after probably half my lifetime, we are currently seeing Lucario in P2, insane start by him, and obviously Blood smoking the entire pack because he's on softs. But probably the best choice going on soft tires here for the restart, because we're way past halfway, so they're probably gonna make it. Currently on board with Roberto. That guy is swerving all over the place. That is JCN. A really interesting looking helmet there. But we're finally back. Everyone seems to be close except for Clerkser, which probably suffering from a concussion or something, because he did hit the wall really hard. And did someone go off the track there? Roberto has lost position to Ryan, which is not a good thing. But anyways, Blood leading the pack once more, with Lucario only 1.1 seconds behind, Jimmy Atsa 1.5 behind, and JCN quite far behind, probably not gonna make it. Meanwhile, Roberto down to P5. HVS 17 corner cuts. He's gonna have to do his low drive-through penalty thingy. HVS currently chasing Roberto and Ryan for a top 5 spot, but Lucario just got passed by Jimmy Atsa. Jimmy Atsa on a roll here, making up places left and right. Can he make it to Blot though? He's gone off the track there, Lucario. RIP to his lap. Probably invalidated. So far, Jimmy Atsa does look like he's gonna set the fastest lap of the race. He does seem to. Oh, there goes. Oh yeah, there. Oh no. Any damage? No, we're good. Amen. I don't know if he's good though. Probably gonna suffer from a lot of understeer. Is he gonna pit? No, does not look like it. And someone is gonna pit though. Who is that? HVS. Yeah, HVS gonna do his drive-through penalty here. Yeah, he was actually in P5 at the moment, so not a. He's gonna probably go. Never mind. There goes Clerkser. He's gonna run over, run over Pedro there, and he's gonna come out on P8. Which where did Reyes go? Did he quit? Yes. Yes, he did quit. I'm not gonna lie. This kind of turned to an endurance race. So. Alright, so Blot taking a little bit of a comfortable lead over Jimmy Atsa here. Probably 2 seconds off him. But not comfortable is this little battle here between Ryan and Roberto. And Ryan just slowed down out of nowhere there. What even happened to him? And that, oh, there he goes. Oh, yep, there goes Lucario. Again, he's lost the wheel. There he goes. That's, oh yeah, he's upside down in the middle of the track. Yeah, he's upside down. Is anything going to happen? Red flag again. Yet another red flag. And Roberto did serve his drive-through penalty right in time before the red flag. And Ryan has climbed up the ladder to go into P3, and good lord. Lucario is no longer in the middle of the track at least, and that's race over from here. Only gonna have 7 finishers here. Oh my god. And everyone's gonna score at least a point, so yeah, they're on the bonus side here. And yeah, there we go, yet another red flag. Yeah, barely got out of that red flag and we're back in a one. Oopsie. Yeah, kind of an unfortunate crash for him. He was really getting closer to the top 4, even top 3 of the grid here, and he just goes into grab trap and dies. Which is really sad. Unfortunately, a DNF for Atomic Racing here. And, gotta wait to see what they're gonna do in F1, if they're gonna put this guy in F1 or not. Should be their job to do that, because he's actually pretty good. Unfortunately, had this minor incident here. He did go off into that section of the track quite a few times before he crashed here. So, probably just didn't get that corner done well enough. Which is... Oop. Unfortunate, honestly. Huge chat bubble. Oh my god. So only a few laps to go, and something must have happened because someone reset. Anyone reset? Oh, Blood reset. Oh, yeah, it might be over for him because we reset and got a new car. Well, can't say we didn't warn him, but he will be starting from the pits. Really tough job for him. Trying to make up their like, you know, his places again, but I do not think he's gonna make up every single place he lost in only 3 laps, so it might be over for him. Yeah, not even wearing helmet, lol. Enormous chat bubble again. So everyone's gonna go up a position here, it looks like, and goodness me, that grid is empty compared to the start of the race. Yeah, considering you have 13 people in the beginning, not many people left. Alright, we're finally going. Jesus Christ. Right, lights are going off here. And they are out now. And probably someone jumped there. I don't know. Probably just lag. But anyways, Ryan off to a great start here. Unfortunately, didn't keep the lead for long. Well, with the absence of Lucario, that's one less race for the contender here, unfortunately. And that only leaves us with at least 4 of them, or 5 maybe. But yeah, only 4 of them have shown actual pace to win the race during the event. So yeah, you can already see they're pulling off quite a big gap here, the top 4. But yeah, really great start by Roberto. Actually, he's pulling away insanely over here. Well, Ryan has fallen off quite a bit, and Roberto has lost a lot of his gap that he pulled off from the restart, and probably gonna be like 0.5 seconds or something, I don't know. Even less, 0.2. So Jimmy is really closing in on Roberto. What tire is Roberto on? He's on soft. Everyone's on soft, honestly. Yeah, every single driver is on softs right now. It does seem like only these people are, you know, close at all. But Blood has, yeah, he's making moves here. Already plus Klurzer. Will there be team orders to let him pass through HVS, or will they not be needed at all? Because, you know, Blood's pace is just insane. But, oh yeah, probably not because he just locked up like insanely. He's closing into HVS, and HVS is off. Please tell me he didn't die. Okay, amen. And it does look like Roberto has pulled off a significant gap to Jimmy Anza, 1.5. Jimmy Anza might even get passed by JCN. And yeah, it does look like he did get overtaken. Well, coming into the minimum lap here, it does look like JCN. Oh, Jimmy also has a drive-through penalty. Yeah, there goes his race. Roberto will probably win this race, and I don't think JCN can get the slipstream to maybe get close to Roberto, but probably race over for Jimmy Anza here. Let's go on board with him. I think he has to eventually pit. Maybe if he doesn't pit, he will get better off. And never mind, he got passed by, yeah. Oh, he just killed himself. He didn't even get damage after that. Wow. Interesting. But yeah, he's gonna have to serve that, or he's gonna retire or something. I don't know. Yeah, he's locked up. He's hit the wall. Yeah, they're not gonna call red flag for that, are they? Because he's off the track. It's over for the beta. Yellow flag, sector 3. He's cleared. He's gone off the car. And final lap here for Roberto. JCN has actually closed in quite a bit. He's got like 0.3 seconds about that of a gap, but I don't think he's gonna make it. Yeah, Roberto probably like sending it to the max here. As oh, he's at the wall. He's out. He's out of the race. No. Another DNF. Jesus fucking Christ. There goes Brighton. Not a single Brighton car will finish this race. Another yellow flag, and we have our race winner if he doesn't blow up. And that's gonna be a podium for Jordan as well. Well, at least Portago will. What happened to Blah? Blah was overtaking HBS, and then he just fell off to 6th place. Clerks there overtook him. Oh my god. And Roberto coming into the final corner. He's gonna win here in Australia if he doesn't crash. He did not crash, and that's a win for Roberto. He's went and done it here in Australia. Win number 1 for Roberto, and he's died. Hits the invisible wall, and so does Ryan. A great 2nd place finish for him. Goodness me. What an end for this race. 2 DNFs in like 1 lap. And he's in the cash pin, so oh my god. Clerks are P4, great finish for him as well. Double top 5 finish for Skian, who have the most points in the championship after this round, surely. And JCN has not crossed the line because he's obviously wrecked. And there goes Blot in P5. It's race over. Wow, that took oh my god. It's a huge race length here. I've been streaming for about like 1 hour and 52. Probably the longest race this league has ever seen in its lifetime. But yet, he's still in the catchment, so oh my god. But that's yeah. I'm tired after this. Jesus Christ. No, there's probably not gonna be a podium because there is no podium. You can see there in the pit building there is no podium. But yeah, I can at least expect it for Bahrain because it's already there in the testing place. But Roberto has won the race. Kind of did not expect that. I honestly expected Blot to win it or Jimmy Atza, but that drive-through penalty came in clutch for Roberto as he takes the win for the Netherlands. And it's where we signed off for today. We're gonna be back in about 40 minutes for the F1 race, and we'll see you there. I'm gonna see if there's anything else that will be happening here. Probably not. If there isn't, well, quite a long race. Probably not gonna do interviews, but what? Oh, hell. It's race over here in Australia for F2. We're gonna be back in a bit for F1, and we will see you there for the start of the F1 race.